When Scott Galloway's father walked out when he was 9, it didn't just break his family. It rewired his brain for economic anxiety, relationship sabotage, and scarcity thinking that followed him for decades. I'm going to show you the exact 3 patterns that divorced dads create in their sons, and how these invisible wounds shape everything from your career to your relationships. This isn't about blame or victimhood. This is about understanding the father wound so you can finally heal it. By the end, you'll have a framework to identify these patterns in your own life and start breaking the cycle. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the one question that separates men who repeat their father's mistakes from men who become the father they never had. Welcome back to Deeper Dudes. But first, let's talk about why most men have no idea their father wound is running their entire life. Your dad leaves through divorce, abandonment, or just emotional withdrawal. You're told to be strong, get over it, move on. What a load of crap. Because here's what actually happens. When the primary male role model disappears, boys don't just miss their dad. They internalize that men leave. That security is temporary. That they must be fundamentally flawed for their father to abandon them. Research from the Journal of Family Psychology shows that boys from divorced families are 40% more likely to develop anxiety disorders and have significantly higher rates of relationship instability as adults. And here's the part nobody talks about. You carry these patterns into everything. Your money decisions, your romantic relationships, your career choices, all shaped by a wound you probably don't even remember getting. Pattern 1. Economic anxiety and scarcity mindset. When your father leaves, your family's financial security often collapses overnight. You watch your mom struggle, maybe move to a smaller place, count every dollar. Your nervous system learns that money disappears, that financial stability is an illusion. Here's how this shows up in adulthood. You either hoard money obsessively or you sabotage financial success because deep down you don't believe you deserve it. You overwork to the point of burnout because rest feels dangerous. You make career decisions based on fear rather than opportunity. Scott Galloway talks about this exact pattern driving his workaholism and his need to accumulate wealth far beyond what he could ever spend. The scared 9-year-old was still running the show. When you understand this isn't a character flaw but a trauma response, you can start making different choices. This leads directly into the second pattern, which might be even more destructive. Before we go any further, I want to pause for something important. None of what we've been talking about really matters if we don't have the energy and clarity to actually implement it. I learned that the hard way. Look, we can't become the best version of ourselves on a broken foundation. We all know what it feels like to wake up exhausted. No energy, poor focus, and zero motivation. I've been there. I also know what I feel like when I get good, restful sleep, targeted therapy, and the right supplements. These form an essential part of this healing journey we're on. It's the solid foundation from which we grow. I've personally tested more things than I can tell you. You could consider me your personal guinea pig. Everything linked in the description below I personally love. Whether it's the sleep tools, supplements, therapy resources, cold plunge gear, or the journaling apps, I've done and used them all. These are some of the very best, science-backed, and extensively tested products designed to help us get rock-solid sleep, have abundant energy, and experience the mental clarity and vitality we want. Check the description below for the complete stack. And hey, if you grab anything through my links, you'll be supporting this channel at zero cost to you. No pressure, of course, and thank you in advance for taking a look. Now let's get back to it. If this is helping already, please hit that like button so more men can find this when they need it most. And drop a comment. Did your father leave physically or emotionally? No judgment, just support. Pattern 2. Relationship sabotage and intimacy avoidance. Here's the brutal truth about father wounds and relationships. If men leave, then getting close to people is dangerous. Your unconscious mind learns that love equals abandonment, that vulnerability leads to rejection. So you develop what psychologists call avoidant attachment. You either choose partners who are unavailable, ensuring they'll leave first, or you sabotage good relationships before they can hurt you. You mistake intensity for intimacy, drama for depth. You're drawn to people who trigger your abandonment wound because it feels familiar, or you become the one who leaves. You ghost, you cheat, you find reasons to end things right when they're getting real. Because leaving first feels like control, even though it's just recreating your original trauma. Galloway admits to this pattern, destroying multiple relationships before he understood what was happening. The father wound convinced him that he was fundamentally unlovable, so why stick around for the inevitable rejection? Once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. And that's where the deepest wound reveals itself. Pattern 3, the identity crisis of masculinity. When your father leaves, you don't just lose a parent. You lose your roadmap for how to be a man. You're left guessing, copying other men, trying to figure out masculinity from movies and friends and fragments. This creates what I call imposter masculinity. You either become hypermasculine to overcompensate, or you reject masculinity entirely because it's associated with abandonment and pain. You struggle with authority because your first male authority figure betrayed you. You either rebel against all authority or you desperately seek approval from father figures. Here's the most painful part. You live with the constant fear that you'll become your father, that you'll leave too, that you're genetically programmed to abandon the people who need you. But here's what changes everything. Your father's wound doesn't have to become your identity. The cycle can stop with you. When you combine all three patterns, you see how the father wound creates a perfect storm. Economic anxiety drives you to overwork and undervalue yourself. Relationship sabotage keeps you isolated and unfulfilled. Identity confusion leaves you acting out scripts that aren't even yours. But awareness is the beginning of healing. You can rewrite these patterns. You can become the secure, present, emotionally available man that your father couldn't be, not despite your wound, but because of your commitment to healing it. Drop a comment. Which pattern do you recognize most in your own life? Economic anxiety, relationship sabotage, or identity confusion? And here's the deeper question. What kind of father or partner do you want to become instead? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you found this helpful. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe to Deeper Dudes and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. It not only helps the channel, but it also tells us that we should make more content like this. We post videos every other day that tackle real challenges men face, so if you liked this one, you're probably going to enjoy the others on the channel. Remember, struggling doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. The fact that you took time to watch this means you're ready for something better. Thanks again for watching. Finally, be sure to check out the description below for all the amazing products that could jumpstart your healing journey. Catch you in the next one. Deeper Dudes. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep thriving.